with this footage, with what I'm seeing. I'm telling you right now, Caitlin Clark is going to be the best player in the W by the end of the 2025 season. I'm saying it right here, and I'm saying it right now.
Did you catch AA? Wilson's reaction to Caitlin Clark's bold claim that she would secure the 2025 MVP title was pure shock. As the reigning MVP, Wilson couldn't believe her ears when Clark confidently declared she'd take the crown in just her second year. What makes this even more intriguing is that Clark is backing up her words with hard work. She's in the gym with Stephanie White, homing her weaknesses into strengths, perfecting her right-hand shots and floaters, and finishing off-foot. This footage gives us a glimpse of something special brewing in the WNBA.
This proves Caitlin is an incredible basketball player. Caitlin is dedicated to the art of playing basketball.
Did you see AA? Wilson's face when Caitlin Clark guaranteed the 2025 MVP was pure shock. As the reigning MVP, Wilson couldn't believe her ears when Clark boldly declared she'd take the crown in just her second year. But here's where it gets really interesting. Clark is putting in the work to back up her words. She's in the gym with Stephanie White, transforming her weaknesses into strengths, perfecting her right-hand shots, floaters, and off-foot finishes. Clark isn't leaving anything to chance. This footage gives us a glimpse of something special brewing in the WNBA.
This, my friends, is going to be one hell of a 2025 season. And I'm here to tell you, dog, Caitlin Clark 2025 MVP trophy is loaded. A'ja Wilson better bring the best she has.
Clark's gunning for that MVP trophy in her second year. You might be thinking, no way, that's impossible, but let's look at the facts. Clark is putting in the work, every drill, every drop of sweat. It's all about that MVP goal. She's on a mission, and it starts now in the gym with Stephanie White.
Now, we know Stephanie White is a player's coach because she actually played the game. And not only did she actually play the game, she played for the exact same uniform Caitlin is playing for today with the exact same number. This, my friends, is going to be one hell of a 2025 season.
This isn't just any training session. Stephanie White has been there and done that in the WNBA. She knows all the ins and outs of the league, and now she's passing that knowledge straight to Clark. Can you imagine what's going through Clark's mind? It's like she's getting a backstage pass to the WNBA with her head coach leading individual player development sessions. I love that because obviously Stephanie White was a player, a pretty damn good one at that. For me, it's more than just tips and tricks. White gets it. She understands the pressure, the expectations, and the drive to be the best. That's something you can't learn from a playbook. She's right there with Clark, showing her the ropes, working on off-foot finishes, tweaking shooting techniques. It's hands-on, intense, and exactly what Clark needs.
When you've got your head coach leading the individual player workouts, I like that. Because obviously Stephanie White was a player, pretty damn good player. But for me, I think it's a big thing.
This partnership is truly changing the game. Clark isn't just another talented rookie anymore. She's approaching the game with the mind of a veteran. She's got insider knowledge and tricks up her sleeve that most rookies can only dream of. This is just the beginning. Clark and White are cooking up game-changing moves that could shake the WNBA. Remember when everyone said Clark couldn't shoot with her right hand? Well, that's exactly what she's been working on with Stephanie White. Every dribble, every shot. It's all about that right hand now, and the improvement is mind-blowing. She has a new level of comfort with her right side, from pull-up jumpers to stepping to her right. The way she handles the ball and shoots on her right is a game changer. Last season, it was clear she wasn't as comfortable shooting to her right, but now it's not a liability. We're talking floaters and off-foot finishes that will make defenders dizzy. Clark isn't just practicing these moves, she's mastering them. Imagine being a defender who studied Clark's game, thinking you've got her figured out, then bam, she hits you with a right-hand shot you never saw coming.
Stephanie White is not taking a second away from getting in the lab and helping Caitlin Clark develop her game even more. Experience is the best teacher.
But here's the kicker. Clark is turning her weaknesses into strengths. That right hand, which used to hold her back, is becoming a secret weapon that nobody's ready for. She's not out there just practicing things she doesn't need to. She's focusing on her weaknesses, really honing in on what matters. Her finishing, her ability to shoot that floater, the mid-range game. Everything about her in-between game was a big downside for her. But now, she's working on transforming those areas into strengths. It's like she's addressing the most critical weaknesses head-on, turning them into assets that will make her game virtually unstoppable.
Has a little bit more of that. Oh, I like that. Caitlin Clark shot a shot stepping to her right. And I like that again. So a pull-up midi and a shot stepping to her right. And I actually like it because when she's shooting to her right, she's not bringing the ball over this side. Because we know with the deep threes, like a lot of the time you have to bring the ball from somewhere. And like she brings it over this side of her head to kind of get a little bit of more power in the arms, and she'll do that with a jump shot. But I like the way on her right side, she doesn't look as comfortable shooting, as uncomfortable shooting to her right as she did last season.
She's added a reverse layup to her arsenal. I like that move. And that floater, wow. You could definitely tell she worked on it during the post-Olympic break. The sheer volume of floaters she started shooting seemed like she was constantly adding something new to her game every single game. Do you remember the game where she just started spamming those behind-the-back dribbles? It was like she had a new weapon in her bag every time she stepped onto the court.
She's not out there practicing stuff that she doesn't need to practice. Obviously, she's still getting shots up and stuff, but it's like, work on your weaknesses. Work on your weaknesses and work on the important weaknesses. Like her finishing and her ability to kind of shoot that floater, that mid-range, the in-between game. Not shoot long twos, but everything about the in-between game was the biggest downside.
She's becoming increasingly unpredictable, constantly sharpening her skills and even focusing on her strength, like passing in the WNBA. That unpredictability is invaluable. It could make the difference between a solid rookie season and an MVP caliber one.
In 4 hours. Yes. So Caitlyn is definitely not skipping a beat. And all the people that was hating on Caitlyn, and all the people saying, you know what, I'm not going to support Caitlyn anymore. I just can't.
So what does this mean for Clark's rookie season? She's coming to dominate, armed with skills and moves that nobody saw coming. When she steps onto that court for the first time, you better believe she's going to use every single one of them. And if you think that's impressive, just wait until you see what's next. Clark's transformation is unfolding before our eyes, with her workouts drawing massive attention and sparking non-stop chatter from the audience. It's absolutely mind-blowing. This wasn't just another practice clip, it was a game changer. The video racked up 2,000 retweets on Twitter, and if you're wondering how that stacks up against other WNBA content, let me tell you, it's not even close. This kind of engagement is a game changer for women's basketball.
Into a reverse layup, I like that pickup. Okay, nice floater. To be fair, you could tell she worked on her floaters coming into post-Olympic break. Like the amount of more floaters that she was shooting. Like it seemed like she just got something new in her game every single game. Like, do you guys remember the game she just started spamming the behind the back dribbles?
This wasn't just any old practice clip. It blew up in a way nobody saw coming. The video racked up 2,000 retweets on Twitter. Now you might be wondering, okay, but how does that compare to other WNBA content? Let me tell you, it's not even close. This level of engagement is massive for women's basketball.
I love the fact that Caitlyn Clark is working on like off-foot.
And the comments are absolutely on fire. Fans are going wild, with comments like, the league isn't ready for what's coming, and Caitlyn's locked in, she's just built different. People aren't just watching Clark's journey, they're part of it. One reply even nailed it.
Coming off a handoff, we never really saw her coming off a handoff with Aaliyah much that year. Or last year. A lot of the time we saw Aaliyah fake the handoff. We very rarely saw him use the handoff. And then I like that, putting the defender in jail. That's something that Caitlyn didn't really use too much last year. Like, she did at times, but like they do have to go over the handoffs, otherwise they're giving the jump.
And all the people saying, you know what, I'm not going to support Caitlyn anymore. I just can't. Obviously, y'all can, because when basketball come back, just like Uncle John the Liquidator been telling y'all gonna be the first ones watching.
It is nowhere near like getting 1.7 million views on YouTube. Like, that is a difference. There is a big difference between that. But like, this is just a training video. This is literally just a video for a practice. We're talking about practice, not the game. Not the game that she goes out there and dies for. Insert backup camera. Not the game she goes out there and dies for. We're talking about practice.